The sound of Cambridgeshire.
Breakfast with Dotty McLeod.
BBC Radio Cambridgeshire.
Right, coming up to 8 minutes past 8, and a report into smoking in Cambridgeshire has found more than a quarter of adults in Fenland smoke, more than double the national average. Figures show, on average, around Cambridgeshire and around the country, around 13% of adults smoke. Peterborough's rate is just slightly higher than that, at 14%. In East Cambridgeshire and South Cambridgeshire, it's significantly lower, around 6%. And in Fenland, it's right up there. 27% of adults in Fenland smoke. The County Council's also seen a drop in the number of people trying to quit. They're going to trial using vapes to help smokers give up. If you've managed to kick the habit, because I know it's not easy, how did you manage it? For people who are trying to quit smoking, one of the things that's sometimes suggested is hypnotherapy. Umar Sheikh is a clinical hypnotherapist based in Cambridge. Hi, Umar.
Hi, Dotty. How are you? Good morning.
Yeah, fine, thank you. What's the thinking in how hypnotherapy works with this kind of thing?
I think what's very important to remember is whatever we end up doing, especially when it comes to smoking and drinking is also quite similar. There's a reason we start doing it, and there's a belief we create around that, which then takes us to fulfill that craving. With hypnosis, what we do is we work with the mind to reframe those beliefs by understanding what experience led you there. And I'll give you two very simple rules of the mind. One of them is that our mind's job is to do what we tell it to do. And when our mind hears us repeatedly ask for something, it doesn't know whether it's good or bad for us. It will just take us there. The second rule of the mind is that it takes us away from pain and brings us towards pleasure. It doesn't know whether the pleasure is good for us or not, but it will take us there. So if we're stressed out, which is often a very common reason why people revert to smoking, our mind will say, okay, you know what, let's not deal with that stress because I know you don't like it. So why don't you just go have a cigarette? Why don't you just have a smoke? It doesn't know whether it's good or bad for you, but it will take you there. So it's all about reframing it from within and kind of giving you the result you want in that form.
And have you had success with smokers who come in and want to quit and you hypnotize them and it's all good?
Personally, I have, and I've had 100% result. On average, statistically, it can be up to about 80%. And the great thing is that with hypnosis, because we're working with the mind, and it's the mind that's making you do all of this, when we reframe it, the result through reframing the mind is much more sustainable and a lot cheaper than you would expect, because you can get it done, you can get what you want within, a couple of sessions, if not just one.
Interesting. It's the financial side of it that I'm always perplexed by with smoking, just because cigarettes cost so much. Umar, I appreciate your time. Umar Sheikh there, a clinical hypnotherapist based in Cambridge.